He's here.
Right on time.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling. It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I've nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch. You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You look so familiar.
Look out!
Quit hiding. Your true self revealed.
Stop! You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice! I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me!
I've no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison!
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka.
Lady, listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
So it begins.
Surrender!
Fail to send you. What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
You're all in on it!
I wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
You two just won't give up. I only have one choice.
So familiar. Did she teach you? Then you deserve no mercy. Don't open my blade.
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone, but there's no other way.
This isn't over.
All of you listen to me. Stop. Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lawfu's hotshot general.
Qing Yuan.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is. Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time. It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together? Lunarescent Depths, a realm of singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara are hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Danfeng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Dan Heng. Whether Danfeng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me. I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water, an exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you.
You did, but to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Danfeng, Before I can let Don Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Law Fu.
I may not be capable of the things that Don Feng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Don Feng is no more. Now, there is only Don Hung. But I am the general of the Law Fu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you. I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance. The hunt is far from over. Yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits. Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Lord Ravager Fantalia favors internal collapse, which is why she masterminded the Stellaron crisis.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth.
Waters of the ancient sea. This world's good karma is settled.
Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them. The strength. Heaven's Surge. Now!
Let's make it quick. How about this?
A foregone conclusion.
You have the worst luck running into...
Heaven's Surge.
Forgive me. This is our chance.
A foregone conclusion. Conflict is hideous.
Tough luck running into me!
Just a scratch.
I sense a storm.
Let's go. Rules are made to be broken.
Heaven's Surge.
Now.
Here is thunder.
My turn!
Time for the master stroke. Radiant Spirit, heed my word. Show no mercy!
The times have changed beyond Heaven's Surge.
Forgive me.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
Xing Yuan, where have you been?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces.
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I...
Huh? Is that... Dan Heng? You are Dan Heng, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March. It's me.
So, you do have secret strength.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests. When you first appeared on the Luofu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. However, as Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Fantilia means that the situation is far from under our control.
Even if the crisis on the Luofu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
Dan Heng?
Thank you, Dan Heng.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Luofu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm, and on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor, remnants of the curse of the Plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Luofu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Vidyadhara guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve.
It looks so much like Dan Heng. I wonder if... the statue... is that... Dan Heng's brother?
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power. Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Luofu Vidyadhara have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the Arbor, what happens next is in your hands.
Imbibitor Lunay's reincarnation. Dong Hong, correct? Your name was only erased from the public eye. But as the Master Diviner, I know. And I was not born in the heroic and extraordinary era of the High Cloud Quintet. Your appearance closely matches the depiction in the annals.
You scared the heck out of me! For a second I thought you'd annoyed the General. It seemed like you were his prisoner. There I was, thinking up a plan to kidnap you. And it turns out the two of you are old buddies. So, what made you suddenly decide to come down from the Express? Aw, how sweet. But Mr. Yang and I have been holding our own. We're pretty much Xianzhou heroes at this point. Anyway, it's great to have you with us, Don Hung.
Has coming here triggered your memory? Release your full potential.
I knew you'd come. When we first mentioned the Xianzhou, there was a sad look in your eyes. They may have banished you, but the Luofu is still your home. You're a member of the Express crew, Don Hung. Let's settle this matter as soon as possible. Our journey doesn't end here.
The annals mention that Scale Gorge Waterscape was once the location of Dragon Palace. Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Shuhu upheaval period. Lady Fu.
Here, General.
Remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this passage.
Jingyuan. General, are you planning to face Fantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
General, don't cast us aside. We're willing to go with you.
Yes, General. We may not be the mightiest force, but it's our duty as Cloud Knights to protect the Xianzhou.
I understand your sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of us is not an abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After I enter the Ambrosial Arbor, and if the seawater returns to its original state...
Yes, General!
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.
These steps are so far apart. I gotta find a way down.
You scale-gorge waterscape to seal the arbor. Treason! Blasphemy! You've lost your senses. You think this will gain the trust of the Xianzhou natives.
I understand your misgivings, but my decision is made. That is the course we must take.
Very well.
This must be the first High Elder that accepted the mission to quell the Ambrosial Arbor. According to tradition, from then on, successive High Elders were obliged to return to the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. They would guide the tides of the ancient sea to guard and strengthen the Arbor's seal.
Do you remember now?
Yes. Reverence to the Three Talons, the path to the Great Roots.
Is that some kind of riddle? Reverence to the Three Talons. What the heck does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Oh, what a huge palace. Completely abandoned. That must have been difficult for them. Imagine how upset you'd be if you had to abandon me.
For the Vidyadhara, it must have been a necessary sacrifice.